dealers. With over 200,000 dealers nationwide, there's one near you. Just click on interstatebatteries.com.
Time to start planning for the 2019 swim season. Call B&D Pool Plastering and remodel your tired-looking pool. With B&D's 2019 swim season pricing, beat the rush. For a free estimate, call B&D Pool Plastering, 702-644-8980.
This is Dr. Mike Crivetti, founder of Crivetti Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and we want to help you get your life back. When you're a top athlete, active adult, weekend warrior, younger athlete, or someone experiencing everyday joint pain, Dr. Caleb Pinniger and I have the knowledge and experience to get you back to doing what you love most. Crivetti Orthopedics is all about personal attention, quicker recovery times, and most importantly, successful outcomes. See how our patients are living their lives to the fullest on our website at iCanAgain.com.
Cliff Miller with me, Dave Cokin. We're talking about what's happening at MJ Christensen at Boca Park. And let's talk about diamonds because they're a girl's best friend and they're also the most intimidating thing in the world for guys.
They see a GSI 1 carat and one's $4,000 and one's $14,000. And they don't understand why. That's why people are flooding into MJ, because we'll sit you down and educate you and help you select the perfect diamond for your occasion.
MJ Christensen, something special for the love of your life. Located at Boca Park.
We're here with Chuck, founder of Dollar Loan Center. Chuck, why is DLC so popular with the millennials?
I guess it really starts with don'tbebroke.com. Millennials are extremely tech-savvy and pretty much handle all their business on their smartphones and other devices. They don't want to bother taking a Lyft or an Uber to a brick-and-mortar location when they can knock out their entire loan in minutes online and have the money deposited right into their checking account or on their debit card.
So what else makes Dollar Loan Center their spot?
I think it's the speed. We have a simple 4-step application online and have a chat feature available to help them out in real time. They also don't have to ask their parents. It's confidential. Their data is safe and secure. And the real secret sauce?
Drum roll, please.
Absolutely no human interaction necessary.
Now you're talking. No eye contact. Apply online at don'tbebroke.com and get up to $5,000 in just minutes. Get your funds directly deposited into your account. Make your payments online and handle the entire transaction right from your phone.
Licensed by Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Customer must meet the normal loan qualifications. To review loan qualifications, visit us at don'tbebroke.com. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
If you need to sell your house,
talk to Aaron Taylor.
You want to sell it fast and get the most cash, talk to Aaron Taylor,
the real estate guy.
Cash advance when you list your home with the real estate guy. Yes, I'll say it again. When you sell your home with Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy, we will give you a cash advance if needed for relocation, vacation, pay bills, catch-up payments, family reunions, whatever you want it for. We put our money where our mouth is. We also buy homes giving our sellers cash in 5 days. We always get the most money possible for our traditional sales. So give us a call and meet with me today. Experience the value of the real estate guy. Over 5,000 homes sold, over 24 years of experience. Call 702-310-6683. That's 702-310-MOVE. 702-310-6683. Powered by eXp Realty. Call for details.
Talk to Aaron Taylor,
the real estate guy.
Dave Cokin with John Lyons from Lyons Physical Therapy. So give me a rundown on maybe a typical treatment at LPT.
Sure, Dave. On an initial consult, we'll sit down with the patient for at least 10 or 15 minutes, get a history of their injury or their condition. Then we'll move into an assessment where we put our hands on the patient, take them through a few special tests to identify what the pain source is and what the actual injury is. Then we'll use some modalities like heat and electric stimulation to reduce their pain and muscle spasms. And typically our physical therapist or assistant will do some type of manual stretching, massage therapy, or range of motion on that patient. And after the initial visit, we typically see patients 2 to 3 times a week for 4 to 6 weeks.
LionsPTLV.com, 702-476-0222.
License number NSCB 79415 0079414.
Zach, have you ever heard of the 7-year itch?
Sure, everyone's heard of that.
Well, air conditioners have an 11-year itch.
What do you mean?
11 years is when the average air conditioner has so many things wrong with it that it makes more sense to replace it than to repair it.
Cars don't usually make it 11 years.
Computers hold together about half that long.
Is that why you're always pushing those jujuvenations?
It's rejuvenation.
The way you say it, I thought you were putting some kind of magical air conditioner juju on those units to make them last longer than 11 years.
No, we just bring the system back to factory specs so that it doesn't fight against itself.
Say it for me.
Rejuvenation.
Are you sure you're not saying jujuvenation?
Zach, don't you have some plumbing repairs to do?
I see what you did there. You wanted to remind folks that Gettle does plumbing, too. You slipped that in real nice, Kenny G.
Gettle, G-O-E-T-T-L. It'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
Prices are so low that pigs are flying right now at Finley Chevrolet. Some may have doubted us, but with the largest selection of new Chevys in Southern Nevada and deals so good you have to see them for yourself, Finley Chevrolet is now the #1 Chevrolet volume dealership west of Texas. Woo! Finley Chevrolet, home of the... Woo! Located on the 215 Beltway between Rainbow and Jones, or at FinleyChevy.com. Finley Chevrolet, now a 7-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. Find new roads.
Follow us on Twitter at the LV Sportsline and at ESPN Las Vegas.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
Ralph Michaels does our angles, and he went old school yesterday, and it won. I think he went old school again today with his angle today, didn't he?
Very simple one. You talk about the teams that are streaking in Arizona, 15-4. Their last 19 is a favorite, and they're facing a Colorado team that is 2-9 as an away dog. That lines up. Take Arizona minus the number, and we've seen that number creep up during the day, so a lot of people are jumping on that Arizona side.
And celebrate your win with a great dinner at Joe's. They're open for lunch as well, but make a reservation if you're going in the evening, 702-792-9222. Let's take a look at some West Coast baseball. We'll get through as many of these as we can because there are a lot of West Coast games tonight. And we'll begin with the Giants. Let's talk about that Rockies-Diamondbacks, actually. We've got Senzatella on the mound for the Rockies, and Merrill Kelly is doing a nice job for Arizona. He's found another pitch. I think it's not a splitter. I believe he's throwing... you know what? I forget what he's throwing now. I'm blanking on it.
He's throwing it well, whatever it is.
He's expanded his arsenal, and that's a cutter. And he's been pitching great baseball lately. Now, the downside is, boy, that Arizona bullpen, it's right there with the other bad bullpens. But so are the Rockies. Look what they did over the weekend. So you kind of just forget that part of it and either play first five or hope for the best. As far as full nine is concerned.
For Colorado, we talked about it in the Philadelphia game. They were off yesterday, Colorado. And, boy, if there was ever a team that needed a day off, that bullpen, they scored 48 runs over the weekend, but they also gave up, 44 in that series?
Well, and they gave them up late and cost themselves 2 games. And, by the way, I don't put a whole lot into this. I think it's just a curiosity more than anything else. But the Diamondbacks are 8-0 off a day off this year.
That's a good angle, Dave. I do look at stuff like that. You talk about Kelly and how good he's been. I mean, you really didn't give him the credit that he needed. No. This guy is unbelievable. Last 3 starts, an ERA of 0.81. That is phenomenal. But his whip is even lower than that, Dave. 0.62.
Spectacular.
Nobody's getting on base with him. I got to look at Arizona in this one. We'll go with Ralph's angle. The money is following that way. I hate to be on a popular side sometimes, but this one I just can't back Colorado in this game.
Public side's been on a roll lately in baseball. There might be some correction coming. But if you've been following the square sides, if you want to call them that, the square sides lately, you've done extremely well. Normally, if you get a bunch of walks, and especially if it's a good offensive team, look out. But the Dodgers had one of those games last night. They're in a little bit of a hitting slump right now, and Tyler Beede was walking guys all over the place last night, and the Dodgers just kept stranding them. They just did not get a clutch hit last night, and they lost. Big upset loss to the Giants. Dodgers are once again huge favorites tonight. The Giants will treat these games more seriously than any others this year because they're not going to contend, but if there's one team they'd love to beat, it's the Dodgers.
Absolutely, and the Dodgers send the big guy. Kershaw's on the mound, 10-1 in his 11 starts this year. Finally took a loss with Kershaw on the mound. Dodgers, I'm going to look under, Dave. They have not been scoring runs. This is the problem with them. They're pitching well, but they just when they score more than 3 runs, it's an oddity right now.
Yeah.
They're just not doing it. We're looking at a low total of 7.5. But, Dave, the Dodgers, after allowing 3 runs or less, 3 straight games this season, now 16-3 to the under in the next game. Dodgers, for the month of June, 12-2 so far to the under. And here's a stat for you on San Francisco. When they're a road underdog of plus 200 or more, Dave, the last 3 seasons, they're 11-2 to the under. That's a lot of angles lining up on the under. I'm going to go ahead and look under 7.5 in the Dodger game.
Brad Woodruff on the mound for the Brewers tonight. He'll take on a first-time starter for the Padres. This organization's so loaded with prospects, and this is one of the better prospects in the organization. Logan Allen is well-regarded southpaw, has progressed through the chain in reasonable fashion. He's a bulldog. He's not going to blow you away with his stuff, but he's got 4+ pitches, or at least average to plus pitches, and is very polished, and just has that type of mentality that he's going to go out there and grind. So the Brewers might have their hands full with him a couple of times through the order tonight, as is frequently the case when anybody is seeing first-time starters. Woodruff has been very good for the Brewers, no question about that. Big price. There's been some money. I don't know if it's sharp money or not, to be honest with you. I don't think it is. I think it might be more recreational money, but nevertheless, the Brewers are getting some play in terms of dollar volume, and that's made the price fairly attractive to me if you're looking at the Padres. I like playing first-time southpaws especially, and I'm going to take a first 5 in this game on the Padres. I don't want the full game because, look, you have to handicap bullpens as best you can these days, but we do know certain things here. Josh Hader will be available for the Brewers tonight because he had yesterday off. And I don't know if Kirby Yates will pitch for the Padres if it's close, if it's tied or they're ahead late. He's pitched 3 of the last 4 days. They weren't heavy pitch counts, but do you want to use him 4 days out of 5 in 3 straight days? I don't know if the Padres want to take that chance because Yates is a guy, if they decide to go on the market, Yates is their biggest piece to sell. So I would think the Padres are going to be at least exercising some caution as far as that goes. So the late innings here might be an advantage for the Brewers. I went ahead and took San Diego first 5. Yeah, at plus 150, by the way.
Yeah, big number, Dave. No question about that. I actually thought you might have come back and went with a first 5 under, given the rookie first time through the league and the way Woodruff has pitched. And you talk about Woodruff. He's made 14 starts, Dave. The Brewers are 12-2 in his 14 starts this year. You talk about Allen. Do you know what number this is for rookie pitchers starting their debut for the Padres this year?
Oh, it's a bunch. 6?
5. This is the fifth starter.
He's the highest regarded of the 5 to this point.
And his numbers in the minors, AAA, and you talked about it on First Pitch today. You know, the PCL, they just score a lot of runs, as you said.
If you've got a 4 ERA in the PCL, you're pitching amazing baseball. Now, he doesn't have a 4 ERA, but it's just you have to factor that into any numbers you look at when you're talking about a prospect coming out of the Pacific Coast League. It's like, wow, his ERA isn't very good. Yeah, he's pitching in stadiums with a major league juiced ball,
right?
Where it just this one's a perfect example. I mean,
the ball carries out of there. And Dave, but I think that's where you're seeing the money come on Milwaukee because they're looking at that ERA of over 5. But what I'm looking at with him is he's got 63 strikeouts in 57 innings of work. So he's more than a strikeout an inning, and if you do that on the major league level, that's going to help you out immensely. I'm going to go ahead. I can't disagree with you on San Diego. I can't lay Milwaukee in this price, so it's San Diego or pass. I would be tempted, though, to take the under in the first 5 innings.
Orioles and A's? Okay. Well, we got a couple of minutes, so we'll go through these last 2 games, even though they're garbage. The Orioles matching up with the A's. Baltimore's so bad. I mean, they're just so bad. It's game after game. You see things. I was watching the game against the Red Sox on Sunday, and there was a play that actually looked like it was Little League defense. I mean, they're throwing the ball to a base where nobody's covering. It's like, wow. And that's the problem. When you've got a team this bad, it's really tough for them to maintain focus. They have nothing to play for.
Right.
And that, to me, makes it really dicey whenever you're looking at Wow, boy, there's some value on Baltimore here as a gigantic dog because Brett Anderson shouldn't be laying 240 or whatever.